So, real quick, so Gareth here, one of my lead instructors, I just talked about, probably one of the, no, not probably, is the best like phone text, like pickup artist I've ever met in my entire life. Like his skills on the phone are amazing. You want to talk a little bit about that?
I can do that.
Yeah.
I would like to talk about just a couple of things. I want to address the women in the room if I could, and then I'll wander or something and move these back a little bit. I'd like to address the women in the room because there are a lot of things that get presented about the pickup community that are very interesting to women, and it all deserves a little bit of a clarification. A lot of things happen to men purely biologically that don't happen to women. And women, for the most part, not because of ignorance or anything like that, just because we simply were never taught this. And men, until I was 23, 24, I didn't know this either. Women just simply don't know the things that happen to us. Like, if there's a beautiful woman, or a mildly attractive woman, or any woman in general, standing by herself, and a man says, I'm going to go talk to that girl, or another guy says, hey, go talk to that girl. Chemicals are released in our body that can be basically kind of colloquially described as they make us shit our pants. It's really quite scary, and it's biology. It's not, oh, she's going to reject me. I mean, there are those thoughts as well. But it is literally a chemical reaction. Men get scared to talk to girls. And after millions and millions and millions of years of evolution, it still happens. And after I've been to several countries, hundreds of different clubs, and talked to probably thousands of women with JT, I still get scared talking to a girl. It doesn't matter, like JT said, it's not what happens that makes you fall down, it's whether or not you get up. The things that go on in our brains, the way we communicate, men and women communicate differently. I always say the biggest mistake men can make is to think that women are thinking the same thing that they are. And the biggest mistake that women can make are to think that men are thinking the same thing they are. We always say women learn through encouragement. I thought my dress is really sexy. I really like that. It's a really nice top, but you look really good in that. And she's going to go, ooh, ooh. And then, next time she sees that top, she's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to wear this. It's sexy. Men learn through challenge. Bitch, you can't climb that fence. Fuck you, I can climb that fence. If I say to a woman, bitch, you can't climb that fence, she's like, I'm not, why would I even want to do that? JT talked about a little about how women think emotionally, and men think purely logically. And this is very interesting. It's not to say that women aren't logical and men aren't emotional, but it's to say that the basis of our thoughts come from this type of, the way we go. When we say getting laid, we're talking about getting laid. Guys, getting laid, yeah, awesome. And there's of course a couple of guys that are like, listen, sex isn't that important. I just want to find a girl to love. Okay, that's awesome. I applaud the effort to get the right thought out, but it didn't come out right. Because if you imagine every relationship, and I want the women to think about this, every relationship that you covet with a man, to find somebody to protect you, to find somebody to provide for you, and I don't mean this in a chauvinistic way, I mean this in the sense that a relationship is two people doing their best for themselves, and when you put that together, it works in this great, awesome way. Those relationships invariably have some sort of element of sexuality in them, right? How many girls have been here with that guy that they thought was like such a cool guy, and he's so nice, and he helps me study, and oh my god, last night he tried to kiss me! Ah! What happens? It makes you feel weird, right? Because there isn't that element. And that's friendship, that's great. And friends can, you can be friends with women and men and all sorts of different types of things. But in order to have a romantic relationship, there has to be sexuality. And the men think about that as the end result of achieving everything before that. And women think about kind of the other way around. I want to meet a guy that I really admire, that I really respect. And please do stop me if you disagree with something. I may have to reword it or something, but I want to meet a guy that's cool, that's attractive, that's interesting, that betters himself, that makes himself more attractive and works hard every day and can provide for me and I don't have to take care of. And then, of course, there will be sex involved in that. Men say, I want to have sex with a super hot girl so that then she'll really like me. And then we'll have this great relationship. And she'll take care of me and be attractive and generate better quality of life. And we can go and do things together. So when we advertise, when pickup communities in general, or pickup companies advertise, they say, oh, let's get laid now. Because that's the end result. It's kind of like McDonald's being like, hey, come here if you want to have to go to the bathroom. You know, it's like, well, if I eat and then okay, I see what you're talking about. It's a little bit ass backwards, but if I said, hey, listen, remember that time when you were walking through the grocery store, you saw that beautiful girl, and you were like, holy fuck, that girl's absolutely gorgeous. I wish I had something to say with her. So I wish I had something to say to her. I wish I could just walk right up there and present myself in a way that made her attractive to me. If I could put my best foot forward, not lying or cheating or like being deceitful, but to know, not to say the wrong things. A lot of guys don't know self-deprecating humor is hilarious, but on the first date, that girl's going, wait a second, does he really think he's the biggest loser in the world? Or is this just humor? I have that problem a lot, because I'm very self-deprecating. So what we do is we have to advertise so that people will understand what it is that they're capable of. Because if you can get to Z, A, B, and C are super easy. D, E, and F are just the next step. When men see an attractive woman and they don't say anything, and they say, oh, I want to go see, wish I could, oh, damn, we think about that for like the next week. Like, especially if we're in a bar and our buddies are like, go talk to that girl. She was looking at you. Dude, she was looking at you. No, she was looking at you. No, she was looking at you. Go talk to her. And you're like, no, whatever. I have to go to the bathroom, or I'm drinking, I don't feel well, or I have a girlfriend, or whatever. We're going to think about that girl for the next week. And it's going to fucking grind our gears. We're going to be like, God damn, if I had just gone, It's like Braveheart. One day, many years from now. And if we walk over to that girl and we say, hi, my name's Gareth, and she goes, fuck you, you're a loser. We go, that chick was a bitch. And we think about it for the next 20 minutes. We'll lesbian, whatever. So there are a lot of these biological reactions that happen. Have you girls ever been to a club where you've been in like a skimpy dress and guys have just come up to you and they just say like ridiculous things? Terrifying, right? The worst shit ever. That's what we're trying to fix. We're trying to fix the idea that they've been educated, that a lot of guys, including myself and JT, have been educated just simply in the wrong ways. How do we learn to get girls? Well, we use pickup lines, right? Okay, well, what pickup line do we know? Well, let's go on the internet and search for pickup lines. Fail, right? Or in the movies, the guy, the hero, oh, I'm Daniel Craig, or I'm Tom Cruise, or I'm, whoever, waltzes up to that girl and just says, it doesn't matter what he says because he's going to get the girl anyway. We don't know that stuff. So we have to be educated from a different point. And that's why what the ABCs of Attraction does is we work from a place of holistic gain. Is where we say, listen, better yourself, control your growth, and understand that picking up women, which is essentially the end result of any kind of romantic relationship, is a concept of being willing to make other people's lives better. JT has said, be a fun maker, not a fun taker. My friend Keith runs a bunch of clubs in Hollywood, and he says, always to me, there are two types of people. There are people that bring the fun, and there are people that are looking for the fun. And that can be, transposed in so many different ways. There are two types of people. There are people that are really loving, and that give love, and there are people that accept love. There are people that like listening to jokes, and there are people that like telling jokes. The question is, what type of person are you? And that is kind of the one thing that is a real big concept of pickup that's kind of missed. Everybody thinks it's about pickup lines. All our openers, all those funny things that JT had to share with you, that's not about getting laid. It's about talking to a girl. It's about walking up to that girl and instead of saying hi, every girl has this conversation about, hey, what's your name? Oh, yeah? Oh, do you live around here? Or, oh, that's cool. So where do you go to school? Oh, what do you go to school for? Oh, that's cool. I had a friend that, oh, neat. So what do you want to do with it? Oh, really? That's cool. Because guys are like, I want to get to know this girl, but like, how do I get to know her? Well, ask her questions, because I'm a logical thinker. And girls are like, why is this guy interviewing me? I just want to have fun. right? So we walk over and we go, hey, listen, has anybody ever told you how beautiful my eyes are? And she goes, what? I'm just fucking with you. We go to Australia, we walk up and we go, hey, yeah, how you going? What are you talking about? And I'm like, I'm just kidding, I'm from LA. Like, oh, that's funny. What's your name? Cool, that's really cool. You guys having fun here? Then we show silly things. Hey, by the way, actually, girls have this clever pickup line they do with me. They'll walk over and they'll go, I really like your hair. I always say, oh, thanks, I grew it myself. Actually, my butt's really good too. Poke my butt. And girls will get weirded out. And I really like the girls that don't want to do it at all. That are just fucking, this guy's weird. And they're like, oh, no, I'm not poking your butt. I'll just go, poke my butt, poke my butt, poke my butt, poke my butt, poke my butt. Until finally they'll just be like, fuck it. I'm going to do this, get rid of this guy, stop this annoying shit. I'll just, yeah. And I'm like, don't poke my butt, pervert. And then she gets it. And now I'm on a different level because I'm not trying to get things from her. I'm not trying to get laid. I'm not trying to get her number. I'm not trying to get her on a date. I'm going to go up to this girl. I'm going to make her laugh. She's going to like that I laugh. When a woman laughs, it releases testosterone and endorphins in my body. It makes me feel good. When a woman smiles at me, it releases chemicals in my body that make me go, ooh. The slightest amount of touch from a woman. How many guys here, you don't have to raise your hand because it would be weird, but how many guys here, I want you to, in your mind's eye, have been sitting next to a girl in class or maybe right now, and their leg is gently brushed up against yours, and you're like, how many two dudes here have been up against each other? So you don't have much to say about that. It controls our biology, controls the physiology. It literally releases chemicals where we go, oh. Girls are like, why is that guy just so pushy? Why is he so horny all the time? It's because you're wearing that tiny skirt, and the more skin that I can see on you, the more testosterone is released in my body per minute, and I go, ugh. My brain shuts down. I am, JT and I are the world's best pickup artists. I was voted the world's best new pickup artist, right? Whatever that means. Right? And I still, this beautiful girl walks over and she goes, you know where the bathroom is? And I'm just like, right? And then I go back and I go, and then shake myself out and go, and walk back over and go, hey, did you like that funny thing I did? The impression of the other guys that are lame? Never works. So what I kind of wanted to talk about is just for a few of the girls is to understand that there are guys with bad intentions. Okay? There are. But there are damn near 98% of guys that just don't know how to talk to you. And when they come up and they say, hi, listen, you're beautiful, or hey, can I buy you a drink? It's because they don't know how to do what they're trying to do. And that's why we're here. I always say, it's cool to reject guys. I've been out with, I've got beautiful, beautiful girlfriends, models that live in Hollywood that are literally professional models that go out and they're just like, tonight we're not going to pay for any drinks. We're going to fucking reject as many guys as we can. And I'm just like, oh man. And there's a lot of douchers, they come up and they're like, I got a Ferrari outside, and those girls are like, okay, whatever, you're an asshole. And I'm like, haha, serves them right. There are also a lot of guys that just don't know what to say that come up and say, hey, listen, what's your name? I've never been here before. And they go, blow them out. Take that extra minute and talk to that guy, because the approach is the hardest thing, but it's also the easiest thing. It's really easy to do, but it's really easy to fuck up. Take that extra 2 minutes, to talk to that guy and say, hey, what's your story? And then if he turns out to be a creep, fucking go, oh, sorry, my friends, I gotta go. I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, we have to go to the bathroom? Okay, we have to go to the bathroom. One of the things that's cool about being a pickup artist, too, is you get to communicate so well with women, or guys in general, is you communicate so well with women, and girls will be like, okay, listen, I have to go find my friends. But I really have to go find my friends. I'm not just saying this to get rid of you. Girls will very rarely give you clear rejection signals. Very rarely will a woman be like, listen, you're a nice guy and stuff, but I'm just not feeling this connection right now. So I'm going to go back to my friends, and hopefully I wish you well with other women. They're always like, mate, I got to go. There's something. Oh, hold on. So that's kind of where we're coming from.